Okay, then everybody, welcome to the Scarlet Equinox Housing Extravaganza. We're gonna have a contest. Some people have taken the time to design things. I can't wait to see what some people have come up. I'm personally scared of seeing what Josh has done, because I know I've heard you guys talking, and it seems like he's actually learning the actual techniques of, you know, manipulating stuff. And I'm like, oh, dude, that's scary, because like I don't think anyone else yet is taking the time to actually learn how to manipulate housing. How are you feeling? Because I know that you have been working with him. Who do you think is gonna be your favorite?
Who's gonna be my favorite?
Yeah, like who? Like look, just before even looking at anything, who do you think came up with something that was decent? I kind of want you to go to mine last, but at the same time, like I'm room number one, so that kind of sucks.
Oh no, I get to destroy you first.
Oh, I love it! Yay!
I would have had another judge with me for a different perspective on scoring, but you get just me, which I will try to be as logically fair as possible.
I just hope that you enjoy everyone's efforts and the ideas that they put forth. Like destroy them, be as harsh as you want to be. Like I'm fine with that. I just think that we're gonna have quite a bit of fun.
Do you want to see my scoring card? I
do. I would like. Let's go over your scoring card. All right, the scorecard is as follows. The judging criteria is space is filled, no empty spaces / not overcrowded. Like theme and aesthetic, mismatched furniture, etc. Spacing, is the room traversable? Okay, variety of furnishings, are there repeated furnishings? And then furnishing alignment, like it's okay, pretty standard in terms of how it looks and like the use of your space. I might be in trouble. Like we'll see how this goes. Sponsored by viewers like you. That's you guys. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're gonna see your room first.
We're going to.
All right,
welcome. We have entered the hot tub meta. I hope you guys are appreciating my stream. Make sure to like and subscribe.
It's without you saying anything, it's clearly hot tub. You've done, I think, some interesting stuff with what you made available. I know that big designer homes like to use little space and cram a lot of detail in them. However, you've only got half of that. So, I mean, there's only like several items here. All right, so for spaces filled, weak.
Oh, yes. And after I looked at the scorecard, I was like, oh yeah, because like the whole what I was trying to do was set up like a photo shoot like thing with all the green screen stuff. More for me taking screenshots for thumbnails, but like the actual amount of lights that you can put that were functional just isn't really the same.
The idea is funny.
See,
the idea is funny.
we have our first hot tub meta. Look at this.
All right, so while the theme is nice, the aesthetic is severely lacking. So while I know that the only spotlights available are kind of this factory, like kind of rustic looking thing, and that's kind of what you have to work with, so I won't dock that. It does feel a little weird because this is all you have in here. While I understand the theme is you can add a theme around it because it's green screen, for this competition, it's pretty weak.
It means that the hot tub is technically anywhere if we're gonna be completely. I can put this hot tub, you know, up in the mountains if I wanted.
Is this room traversable? There is literally a point A to point B to this room.
It's
but
functional.
That's it.
It's functional.
There's nothing. There's no additional rooms.
Oh, no.
There's really anything around it. You've just presented a hot tub. Because it's themed, it gets a moderate.
All right.
You literally have, what is this? A total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total tiles walkable. Variety of furnishings. Are there repeatable furnishings? Well, no. Logically, that's a strong point. because there's so little, and I understand the need for multiple lights, so I can't like say, oh, you have too many of the same light. So that goes strong. That's fine for what we're doing. All right, let's look at your alignment. Let's look at your corners.
All right.
I'm not a fan of the spacing. I don't really see a need for that.
For which spacing are we talking about?
Right here, these corners.
There's a clipping issue with these walls, where any more, and it's just like wood protruding from the side, and that's the reason for that particular design choice. Like you need to have this little spacing, little gap in between, because like there's a wall, a wooden support structure behind it.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Can I pan around? Oh, you've got that pretty close to the wall. Everything else looks fine. I mean, like I said, this is pretty simple. Let's see. Is there any clipping? Okay, there's clipping into the hot tub on 3 sides.
Yes.
Your lights are not. Your lights are not symmetrical.
Oh.
Right. So about half. I'm gonna give it a moderate.
Are they not? Oh, one's not pushed all the way back. You're right. Dang, look at that. Thanks for the follow, Boo.
All right, so you get a total of 18 points for this room.
18, we did it! Woo! Let's bring up the scorecards. Bring up the live scorecard. This is where I'm at. This is how I'm being judged. 18 points. We did it. Hot tub meta. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what our co-founder has prepared for us. Let's open the scorecard for live viewing. For live viewing of this one.
Let's see. Well, hold on. Let me determine if there is a theme. Right. All right. The theme is mental obscurity. Okay. There's only 3 things of furniture. The theme and aesthetic. There isn't one. 4. Is the room traversable? Well, I mean, you can pretty much run laps in here. There's just barely any furnishing. But there is 3 items. I can't even really rate the next one because there's no furniture that makes sense for alignment.
Ooh. Virtue says I am the activity.
The total of the scorecard is 7 points.
7 points. All right. Not last place. Not last place.
If the theme is you, Virtue, then I mean you're gonna need to leave yourself in here at all times and give yourself a popular following to fill this place up with people. If you are the statue in place.
The theme died. All right, next room has been on a crafting spree as of late, the level of finishing crafting.
Theme is too busy crafting, and it gets the identical scorecard because it is 1 off from the identical amount of furniture. Oh, there is one. Oh no, 6.
No, there's more. There's a wall painting over here to the right, and then there's 2 things on the floor. Well, 3 things on the floor, and then another thing over here on the wall. So there's technically more things in here than the previous room.
Identical scorecard.
Okay, identical scorecard. Here's KB's room.
All right.
Oh no! What the fuck is happening in this corner?
Let's have a look. Well, what is this? This is entry 4. Kevin is entry 4. The theme, based on my assessment, is Peepo sad.
Why people sad?
Spaces filled. I'm gonna go with weak. Everything is shoved into one corner. But there is a jukebox in another corner.
At least these are all related. These are all like, you know, like there's a lot of Queen's Gambit shit. A lot of DR.
So Kevin did this with Halloween candy on his desk at work once.
Okay, go on.
This is pretty par for the course for Kevin. He just he separated it and organized it, and that's it. And that's pretty much how he sat, sometimes with his feet on the desk.
Was there at least work stuff as well, or just the candy?
There was at least 40% of the desk left for work.
Okay.
So basically a mouse and keyboard and a monitor. Since you had to be here for the theme, it's pretty weak. It's funny though. It's funny. Spacing is the room traversable. I mean, this is kind of like an easy one to get, I think. You can get everywhere you need to in every corner of this room. But that's as much as I can say.
There's nothing in the way.
For what furniture is here, there is a minor amount of variety, but a lot of duplicates. For what furniture is here, and the alignment, it's strong.
I mean, these two pieces back here are not aligned.
Every piece that is meant to be next to each other is aligned. There's nothing clipping, right? Nothing is like off center at all. It makes sense aesthetically. All right, so that is a total of 20 points.
This room beat me? Upsetting.
All right, let's move on to Josh's room. Let me think about this theme and see if there's any problem with it. So I see a lot of Glade theme, right? So there's Glade pillars, there's Glade walls with Glade wallpaper. Nothing exactly looks unmatched. I'm questioning that kitchen. The desk and the bookshelf, I believe that's a Riviera bookshelf. This is an Ishgard desk. This, I'm not sure exactly what this tub is, but it does match the Glade theme. That's a Riviera bed.
I do believe it is a Glade tub.
This is a Hengen dresser. All right, and there's some like, how do I say this? Some fans in here as well. So, all right, but does it work well together? Yes. The theme, I'm gonna have to say, personal studio. Okay, so not only is the general area used, but another floor was created by glitching, and this is not an easy thing to do. It's not extremely difficult once you understand it, but it's very time consuming. So that is very appreciated for the amount of space needed. The fact that there is basically a study, like a hot tub, like a kind of like, I'm not sure what you would call this, like a little harp area. A lounge? Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And a bedroom. And a living room. And a kitchen. And this free company little studio that you get. This is an amazing work of space. The walls, all but one wall, has good covering. Everything is also very well matched. This kitchen set is not just as simple as it is. You put the counter down, the spice rack, everything on top of this shelf is individual, and including these drying out herbs. Right, this is a high attention to detail. Right, even like this basket of like fruits, and the kitchenware next to the stove. It's very nice. Is there a con to it? I don't. I think for what is utilized and the amount of space on the walls like needed, this is fine. All right, space filled is absolutely excellent. The theme and aesthetic makes perfect sense. However, I do see mismatched furniture in a fair amount of places that could be changed out. There are options for other things, right? But they do work to a point. It's only if you're a designer are you going to notice this. Strong.
Yeah, because like me being more layman, like my whole thing is like, okay, the hot tub is fine and all, but like it just seems really weird across the study when you already have up here a place to sit and read. Like, I don't know, maybe to me the hot tub itself is just out of place. To me.
If you think about this as your own personal studio, it makes sense, right? And that is the theme I'm going to assume is that
right.
You are completely independent, and this is your haven. Everything is quite easy to get to. I heard Josh on the harp. I saw him sit in this chair. Everything is accessible. All right, variety of furniture. Let me look specifically for duplicates that wouldn't make sense. There's actually no repeatable things.
Oh, look at that.
And there's a good variety because this studio can separate into many rooms. Right? This is another excellent thing. Now, furniture alignment. The pillars are aligned. I'm looking for anything wrong, like clipping in the kitchen. Like a big problem is if you have more than one thing, they don't match, or you have something floating in the wall. Okay. All right, now so this is kind of a difficult one. So I see what Josh is going for with this special bookcase.
Don't call me a snitch.
So it's meant to clip in the wall. Now, does anything like not make sense with its clipping? I can actually see through the ceiling.
You can jump.
Okay, so there is half a book cut off. The very like north edge of this, north by like the room cardinal, that wood gets kind of cut off by the beam. It looks a little weird. So that could be adjusted some, but I mean that is actually, those two things are my only issue with it. Other than that, it's pretty clever. Right, so I'm gonna give this. So there are a total of 4, actually. Oh wait, hold on, I found something else. This bookcase is not centered to the loft above, and because that, this now clipping between the loft and the bookcase doesn't make sense, and you can see it come out into the stairs.
Ah, I see that. Is there room to move it to the left? There is a tiny bit. Where you could have avoided that.
Furniture alignment, I'm going to give it a good then. I think some of those things could be easily fixed. So I'm going to be a little bit more harsher on it. This is an aesthetic, not a function for the bookcase, because there is no function of the bookcase. Josh gets a total of 44 points. 44. Clear leader at the moment. Very nice, Josh.
Good job.
Okay, that is it for the accessible company chambers.
All right, let's see what has Mr. Virtue done with the inside. Which floor do you want to actually judge this?
We're going to go to the bottom floor, because I mean the top floor is basically summoning bells and a please write a note about my Christmas tree.
I guess we should write a note about the Christmas tree. Oh, and here's Cat Daddy.
So the only thing we have going on is, so let's look at the fact that he has windows in the basement and they're all broken. Oh. So he's getting light from a paranormal source, and the windows are broken because we're underground. And this cat seems to have laid about 100 Lalafell eggs and is cooking a meat sacrifice for them to be born over their Lord Sapphire weapon.
Well, the question is this the way that Easter is done in Eorzea? Is this the Eorzean Easter myth, where a big cat dad lays eggs for you?
I think I don't know. I don't. This has got to be some non-canon Eorzea stuff. For if gay cats are gonna lay eggs of potatoes, then I want to read the storyline. Honestly,
This is a fan fiction. Where's my AO3 story of that?
all right. But I mean, the lights are low. There's a god. There's eggs and a sacrifice. Clearly, he's into some cult stuff. But eerie feeling because there's nothing else in this house other than look at my Christmas tree and my children.
Oh, future children. Future children.
Future children of a different race.
That's the gay cat dad way, I guess.
Okay, to Wisdom's house.
All right, and now we're heading to Wisdom's house. So if you are coming up the stairs here to enter Wisdom's domicile, like there's our free company house right there. Right, you know, just a nice factory, smithing place. A lot of people who are omnicrafters like to, you know, do their business there. You make your way over to Wisdom's, and the first thing you fucking see is this giant catfish thing with wild eyes just sticking out on the corner. And that's how you enter his Asian style home. And like there's another one also overlooking the other way. If you come up the stairs the other direction, it will also be, you know, greeting you from the other side. Nice little plot of land to garden, which I'm still learning how to do. Thank you for that. I don't understand this weird little deck. It's just, you know, placed there. Is that part of the house, or is that
That's an Eastern style addition that he added that you can't place furniture on.
Oh, okay.
He's also put it in a like unaligned space where like a beam is going through the very center of the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it look like a restaurant instead of a house. Yeah. But other than the two big and the retainer, he's got his little potato retainer out here. Other than that, there's not anything else in this yard. And again, we're not going to judge the top floor of the house either. But it does kind of lead you into what we are judging. The lighting is turned down. There's a mannequin in there. There's two mannequins in there. In the cage.
All right, I'm just gonna have to assume that I'm going the right way. This is how.
Yeah, it's in this way. There is the little lit Chloe. And there's another mannequin down here. And this is the floor we are judging.
This has changed quite a bit since he was working with it. This is a catfish prison.
Hey, it's Calca and Brina looking at the wall. Staring at the wall.
This is actually fairly upsetting. Let me...
Did you see the other upsetting part?
The dead wisdom in
the dead wisdom in the pile of blood.
Let's get to work here. Theme: catfish prison.
Look at the ceiling too. Oh god, the grating.
Are the spaces filled? There are, for its theme, there is nothing.
What did you say the theme was?
Catfish prison.
Catfish prison. Got it. Okay.
There's nothing accessible that seems empty. Right? I can get to everything on display while upsetting and disturbing. The only empty thing is the hallway. However, the lights are completely off. So if he had anything mounted to the wall, like pictures, paintings, anything like that, I really wouldn't be able to see it. So this works. For its aesthetic, also, he does have these pipes, which I didn't even think about. It being wall mounted, it looked that natural. It works. Now, does any of these... I'm gonna turn running back on. Do any of these prisons look overcrowded? And not because, like, overpopulated, typical prison. Like, is there too much furniture in here? No.
Well, I feel like these are definitely more. These two are punishment rooms, because this other one has quite a bit more space, where you can have a murder happen. I hit lanterns in the wall to help with the ambient lighting. There are, like, if you see here, there are lights in the walls to create the walkways.
See, now you're just giving yourself away. You probably shouldn't say anything, because I didn't notice it, and now because I see lighting where there are no lights, that's kind of an issue. However, back to the original point. Are the spaces filled in a proper manner for the theme? I think it's an excellent mark. The theme and the aesthetic. The theme is really top tier. The aesthetic is very, very nice for what you tried to go. However, I don't understand some of the pictures in these cells. Why? Is this a torture room? Does like having a catfish, having taxidermied fish, and a picture of a fish match? Maybe. I kind of had to think hard about it though.
Maybe.
That's kind of a gray area for me. I'm not sure about if the plants really work in this setting. I'm gonna have to like kind of be against it, because it just doesn't exactly make sense, though I do understand maybe it like can cover a blemish. It doesn't look bad by any means.
There are wall hanging plants here. I don't know if you see. This is what he's talking about. But I know exactly why they're there. Like, I don't know, the saying that will help or hurt him technically, but I know why he has them there.
For the furniture, because I don't know, I think it's more of a deep thought thing. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but I don't really see any mismatched furniture, just some kind of confusing. Maybe it makes sense with the whole torture aspect. I'll give him a strong mark on that one. All right, for this being traversable, for what it is and what the idea is behind it, from my perspective, is it matches. There's nothing missing. It doesn't feel like there's any unused space for what is trying to be observed by whatever guest unfortunately comes down here. All right, spacing is excellent.
Or the little ting ting just on the floor dead.
For the variety of furnishing, right, and the repeat of it, I get that. A lot of this stuff, he went for kind of a niche, like, furnishing type, right? So this factory stuff isn't exactly abundant in its options. So the walls and the doors, there's no like real variety, and the lights are dark, so he can kind of get away with a lot. I don't see, there's no single cell that looks alike. It's kind of not a copy pasta for a template for each room, which is really nice.
Unlike real prisons. Get it together, prisons. Make your torture chambers unique.
This is actually going to be a pain in the ass because of the lights. So he might get away with more than he should.
Right,
but because
right.
For this, I could turn the lights on, but for this event, I'm going to pretend that I don't. Right? I'm a guest. This is just a random house that I stumbled into, and now I'm looking at it. So let's see if I can find anything obvious with what I'm presented. This door and this wall does not align properly. It would make sense if the door was all the way in the wall, or the door was all the way on this what do you call the like the molding along the wall, right?
With the frame?
No, like, you know how there's like molding along like the floor, or like the bottom or the top of a wall, right? That doesn't match. It doesn't match in the wall, and it doesn't match the molding on the bottom right here.
Okay. Like the skirting board?
Sure. Okay, now I gotta look in this like ass tiny space to see if there's a problem. This is actually a pain in the ass. Actually, let me look at this cell one more time, and then I'll look at the ceiling to see if I see any glaring issues. Yeah, this picture is in the wall.
Oh, on the right side?
Yeah, you can see the far wall. The picture is going into it.
Yeah.
On that beam that goes into it. It's also not center. That bothers me.
I forgot I have access here. I actually clicked something. It was like, "Would you like to remove the design?" Like, no.
What is this mannequin?
It's a maintenance mannequin looking at the pipes. I don't know. And again, in preparation of KP calling me a snitch, like, what do you think about the beams over here, like bleeding into the other cell?
I'm seeing if there's another door back there that's accessible. Yeah. Does it look natural though? I think so. The two beams coming through it could be like a natural thing. However,
let's see. I would hella fuck up that painting on purpose if I was the one hanging it. Like, if you were the one hanging it, like, the problem is the clipping. Not necessarily, like, to me, I would be okay with it being off center because like it could be like, okay, the prisoner, like, maybe you hit it or something, but like the clipping is the issue.
Yeah, the clipping is the issue. Like, you can get away with stuff if it's a part of the theme to have it not correct. Fine, right? This is a distraught fucking catfish who's gonna die shortly. I'm sure he might have messed with the picture. Got it, right? It clipping into the wall? Nah, he's not God. Let me see. 38, 46 points for this floor.
Dang. Big numbers, big numbers. If the only judge at the moment is going to be Ray, yes, that is the current idea, is that Wisdom would be.
Every other judge I could have had bailed on me.
Completely?
Yeah, so if I had more than one judge, I could have had a personal feeling about these points. But instead I have to work with general logic of furniture.
Look at W, thumbs up. Catfish Prison is good.
I think what gave it a lot of strong personal points from me is that it's completely original. I've never seen this before.
I can't wait for Wisdom to post this on one of the housing sites to be like, hey, look at my designs.
This is completely original and requires a very special place in your heart to be completely dead and dark. Very well done. You've checked off advertising your misery. I approve.
Who hurt you?
Is there anything else that I need to check out?
That's a good question. Do we have any other potential housing? I don't think anyone else actually owns a house.
No one else owns a free company thing that I can get access to. No one has an apartment. The only other person with a house is me. And judging myself is gonna be kind of weird, but I can do that if you want.
Let's take a look at one more house. Yeah, the people are asking for it. They're asking for a tour of your home.
Okay.
And is the Shirogane 48 3rd Ward, right?
Yeah. I will logically judge my home off the record to see if I do better.
If we take a look at the outside, there's a nice little brick walkway that leads to a patio that leads to the door. So it's a very functional, very understandable, layout of brick. And I don't think he could have put any more brick here to the side to make this staircase exactly brick to staircase equivalent. I guess I don't know how to have it line up properly. Like, there's no way to do that, right? Because if you move the patio any further out, it's just not next to the door.
So the patio was a very troublesome glitch because you have to do it at such an angle right here, and then you place it and you have to turn it, and you have to do this over and over again to make it look natural. So if you see these flower pots, one is still going to come out of the wall. There's no way to get an attached deck without like having one troublesome like flower pot. Also, this is the furthest out I could get this deck to make this plant up here next to the door look as normal as possible. There are still 3 leaves that glitch into the front door.
I see that. You have nice little window plants. You have again a tree with a nice, like, you know, the petals on the floor. Of course, gardening plot for me too when I'm learning it. You have your retainer right here selling wares with mannequins. Like, it looks like a proper stall, like a proper place
so
of business.
this house frame, right, that you can buy or make is called like a merchant's inn or a merchant shop, I forget. So because of that is why I put the, oh my god, this fucking child. I put the stall out here.
Ray, do you have OCD?
I really enjoy grids, that's for sure. I don't know if you can classify that as OCD, but I prefer, it's hard for me to have any sort of original style when I place things and use things in a grid square manner.
So that possibly. So it's possible undiagnosed. And then you have a nice little, you know, very pretty flower hang where you can come have a nice sit down for tea, you know, overlooking the property and the water. Another tree with the nice petals. Then you have, I still don't know what exactly this thing is. We had it at the house before. I don't know what exactly this is.
That is a miniature version of the Heaven on High structure in the Ruby Sea.
Is that what? Oh, yeah. Now I get what it is. Okay. This is the Heaven on High structure. Of course, you have the Aetheryte Crystal hidden as to not get in the way of the aesthetic, but you still have more window flowers out here on this window to the side. So that's really nice. All right, let's head inside. Oh, and of course, with the times changing, like, it has now become officially nighttime. It's very misty. And so all the lights kind of show, like, this is a good way to show off this particular design of your house, because you have the lights of the flowers in here, so it's nice and bright, and the porch just lights up with this lamp. Another place to have tea. All right, I'm gonna follow. I'm assuming you're inside. I
am inside.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
This continues with the merchant aesthetic, right? So like our FC, I have every different type of supplier here at this desk, right? This is a waiting area with a teapot.
Oh, this the kettle going.
Mm-hmm. And then to continue on the merchant stuff, there are different wares on display in every showcase.
All right, so let's take a look from right to left. The showcases. To the right. You have nice sets of weapons. You have the samurai sword, the sword and board, the dragoon lancer. You have daggers, ninja daggers. Some pike heads, I guess. I don't know, axes. And then, but these display cases didn't have anything in them, right? These are all blank. These are all blank.
There is only no. These are actually predetermined showcases. There is only one that I did myself.
And which one is that one?
That is the one with all of the plushes in them.
So here are the
Actually, there's
plushies.
2 with all the plushes in them. This one is the one I had to place stuff in myself.
Let's see. You have the fox up here. You have a snowman that's really glowy, and then you have, I can't tell if that's Calico or Brina. I don't remember which one's red and blue. One of them. A carbuncle, and then the tiger. The chess pieces. Each one. Why does your store sound like a dance club? Listen, it's good. You have the Nier, you have the Stinian, you have the Froggo, and then this weird cat. Moogle Alpha. I mean, I guess you can't help but have Alpha clip. Alpha's so fucking large from behind. You have the extreme bosses up there on the top. You got your Nighthawk, Susano, Alexander,
Zervian and Sophia.
Zervian and Sophia, yes. Then you have another one, you have this little on top of Christmas presents. All them clipping issues. There's a lot of people judging the clipping issues. But like when you're having something like this, like how do you do a custom thing like this without having like the carbuncle tail? Like you have to adjust it so meticulously, right?
So if I were to judge this, right, understanding these showcases, you can control, right? I can control this one. Having Alpha in there is not a smart idea.
I mean, some of this carbuncle down here, it's bleeding into the Calcobrina little slot.
Yes, so they are so large that they should not be in here. Right, so that would be a gigged mark. Nidhogg's tail is going into the wall. Zervian's tail is going into the wall.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That is, I believe, the most clipping I did. Now, as far as the theme on this floor, what doesn't make sense are these fountains. These fountains are Oasis fountains and belong in Goblet in a Goblet theme. They have nothing to do here.
The axe on the chest piece too is clipping into the shelf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's another one that should be bad. Also, I would notice, since I know better, right? I come in here and I would notice the glaring problem of there being Palace of the Dead flooring. It does look nice, but because I understand where it comes from, it becomes a conflict of the theme.
Yeah, I mean, I think if that sort of thing's excusable. Like, not go, oh, it didn't come from the exact same place. Like, does it look good?
It's excusable if you're a guest, not excusable if you're a judge.
I don't know. I think it's fine. I do like the use of the spotlight for the mannequin though.
Yeah, so this mannequin did have stuff I sold on it, and that is an absolute pain in the ass to manage. So right now that mannequin is just on default, like Nikki mode.
What is the cube that matches the floor? This cube over here.
It's basically just a tabletop that's just kind of ornamental. You can put stuff on it or put stuff around it, but that's pretty much all it does. It's just a cube.
And then of course there's just like, it looks like you were trying to put everything into the shelves, and like you just had so much still left over. You're just like, fuck it. There you go.
Yes, that's the thought behind it. Because you could just get a pile of plushies. And you just throw it on the floor like, surplus.
It's not that anything's wrong with the floor. It's just that the floor comes from a particular thing, and therefore it doesn't actually fit the theming because it doesn't match. It technically doesn't match from like the source. It's kind of like, again, Wisdom's house is in an Asian Eastern style house, whereas we're in the desert where that area is more what is the aesthetic that the Ulda has? Like, would you say like more
desert
middle
oasis?
Like, yeah, desert oasis, like anything desert related, which isn't the same.
My alignment issues on this floor, other than the clipping, is this carpet is wrong. More of my issues on the bottom floor.
Now let's head downstairs. There's books galore. It is just the library.
Yep, so going for a big study theme. Now, is the space filled? Yeah. Does it go for what I was trying? Sure. Is there a glaring issue with repeated furniture? Yes.
Yes.
Did I give up and just need to fill space? Yes. Right. So big problem there. All the clipping is gonna be from when each edge of the room where the bookshelves touch. You're gonna see half books, that just don't make sense in each of these.
Right.
Also, I have an Oasis rug in here and a Palace of the Dead cube on this floor. They look all right, but it's kind of questionable. On top of that,
I think that if you were going for like that sort of theming, though, you would have stuff that you would have relics that you would be like studying. You'd have them there, like I would assume that's kind of why the samurai sword is here and the cube, like, because you have this lone chair with piles of paperwork, and clearly you're drinking. Clearly you're getting drunk and you're trying to fucking deal with the work that you're putting through. But you would have this relic because maybe you're studying it. Maybe that's like the point of study. At a certain point. Also, is this a blank canvas?
Yeah, I still haven't got paintings are extremely expensive.
Oh, I know it.
Okay, judging myself. All right, theme, merchant shop.
Are we going just upstairs or downstairs? There's one floor. If you're gonna judge,
either way, there's gonna be a lot of issues. You pick a floor, and I'll grade it.
I want the downstairs graded.
Okay. All right. Space is filled, not overcrowded. I'd say it's strong. The theme and aesthetic, mismatched furniture. I think the theme's all right for it being a study. This mismatched furniture of like being in an eastern area, having Riviera or the seaside furniture, and a Palace of the Dead cube randomly on this floor.
The two different types of rugs is kind of...
Yeah, there's also an Oasis rug, right? It gets moderate. Right, the room's pretty traversable for spacing. I'm gonna say strong. Right, there isn't really...
You say no, not candles with books, but it's kind of like that's kind of the. How do you think they? How do you think it happened? You think someone just busted out a flashlight? Like before, books have been around for a long time, and electricity and those kinds of lights have not. Like they read by candlelight at night, if they were only read during the day. We're in a basement.
Variety of furnishing on this floor. I get a weak point. I get a lazy weak point.
Just copy paste bookshelves.
All right. Well, the alignment for stuff on the wall isn't bad. The bookshelves don't overlap except for the clipping in each corner. And that's really it. I mean, I kind of took my time with these like 4 pictures. One with is just a frame and missing. Kind of lazy, right? It gets like a good, like an all right, super mid.
Still beats me.
Right, but unfortunately I can't, because there could still be some sort of just bias, and that's obviously on myself. I couldn't count it, and I wouldn't want to count it. That would be unfair. Right,
of course. But this is just so people can see.
Yeah, this is just to see how shitty your judge actually is with his own shit.
I mean, there are a lot of you put a lot more work into what we've done with the FC, which I guess if people haven't seen that, clearly a number of people here have, but if they haven't, like let's judge the FC itself. All right, so like again, entering the space, like you have these 2 trees that frame the entrance, along with the lanterns that light up the entrance. Again, we're doing this at night, so again we have the beautiful night sky. A bit of a moon, which we're going to you, motherfucker. And so I like looking at things during the nighttime because like the lights really help accent things. There's a proper pathing with the brick layout. You have a nice little like chill fireplace next to where we keep the chocobos. So like theming wise, or like organization wise, like if you have chocobos stabled, like you're keeping them warm with the fireplace, you have a place to be next to them. So like it really seems like a cozy home. And then you have like the striking dummy here, so like there's like a bit of function, because like, you know, it's still a house full of people who are here to fight. And you have like a little gazebo with a fountain, which I believe that you glitched the fountain thing in the center of this gazebo, correct?
Yeah, so originally the light of the gazebo would cover the entire thing and it'd be a well-lit area, but because that's in there,
the shade is there.
The tree covers that light. But the fountain itself has like some light coming through it, so I just didn't want there to be like just too much. And it was the only option I could that would center and fit in there.
All right, and then of course we have Hanson's inflatable pool that he decided to, you know, put out, so that's not, you know, it's not against you. We have this nice tree. We have a number of our free company members here enjoying, you know, a good cup of tea. Apparently, because of the way that it's glitched out, because before we used to have an open side and we can sit on the side, the clipping doesn't allow us to use this other chair. Does it let you do it from this far out? No, it's on the floor. Either way, we have a nice little tea area. We have like children just like relaxing, trying to convince, you know, dad to give them a bigger allowance. Yeah, another tree out here. So a lot of the tree coverage is really nice, because especially they have the petals falling, so it creates a lot of color on the ground that's not just green grass. So it doesn't like that. Like, I don't know why this one wouldn't. I feel like this tree should as well, but that's not, again, the fault of anybody. The pathing is covered with, what would you call these things? They're not like this grass, the shrubbery you have. It lines the pathway, so that way if you want to get to the actual forge part of the house, you can take the path all the way to the door and take the proper way around. So it's actually kind of nice that it's kind of guarded off. And I'm glad that we spent the time to actually make this house, because it's really cool. And there's nothing special you did to the upstairs, right? Like, you didn't put anything up here?
No, that's all
this is all
basically a part, like a fake part of the house. That just comes predetermined.
And you can't do anything to it, though?
Nope. So for 1 square of this specific grass is 300K.
What? There's a lot of squares here. There's a lot of. I mean, we were talking about KB's obsession with Jet Black and how it costs like 400,000 a pop. All right, so let's take a look at the inside. And of course, I have spent quite a bit of time in here, but I like the function of literally having attendants as soon as you enter. You have your junk monger, your material melder, and your mender. So like, it's nice to be able to just enter, get what you need to do, and then leave if you have to. It really helps. And then of course the flowers in the middle of the chair. Like it's like you have a little waiting area, or like they can sit down. If we weren't actually in here, again, Schrodinger's NPC, right? None of us are in here to watch them. I totally just, they're sitting down, they're enjoying themselves. Okay, relaxing. They have these 2 lamps that light in, because everything's like an Eastern style inside here with the sliding doors and stuff. And then we have our little war room, where we have the head of Ifrit, you know, on the wall. We have our, you know, free company leader, the desk with a cigar and tea and tons of paperwork. The place where we sit around to have our discussions about our strategy meetings. You can see we have our members who can sit around. Our little map table, essentially. So like, this is where farmers kind of plot out their routes to gather minerals and punch rocks and punch trees. There's no like alignment issues or clipping issues. Like, you can say repeated furniture, but like you kind of need it if it's going for the theme, you know? Like, you're not going for like, oh, I need X amount of chairs and they have to be different. It's unused. That's why E10S took so long as it did. Damn, true. Not enough planning ahead of time. All right, we have a little Who put carbuncle slippers just randomly here by the door?
There are actually carbuncle slippers hidden throughout the house.
I have found a hidden carbuncle slipper. Oh, let's check this room now. Now let's find the carbuncle slipper. There's another one over here by the war room. Nice. They've been there the whole time. Again, I did not notice there's a hidden fox here on the table. Okay. I found 2. Nice little Easter eggs. We have our nice little statues of... Oh, I love the Bahamut one. Holy shit. Again, the same lanterns on the other side per door, sliding. Oh, our Phasmoscape. Big, gigantic screen TV. We have another fireplace where we can have like a place. It is where you can wind down. You can wind down by the fireplace, grab a plushie, relax, talk with some friends. There's food here if you want to pick up music.
Wait, talk about some friends or talk with some friends?
No, we're here to look how many chairs there are. There's a place for like 4 people to sit. The other half are being talked about. This is the discussion room. And of course we have a kitchen set, which again, what the fuck are these? Did you add these crystal, like, stalactites?
So those crystals are the lights. Oh. They strangely don't emit a light themselves, but they emit kind of like an over-the-stove light specifically for that.
Josh is wondering if we could glitch the spit into the fireplace.
Yeah.
There you go. Again, we have more books, I guess. This over here is actual like eatery plates and stuff like that. Fine china and stuff. More toys. There's another Justinian up there chilling. Nice paintings and such. And more dishware. Pretty good. We just have we just have a box of fruit and veg. Here you go. Like, you get some veg. There you go. It's a little weird to have 2 different rugs here. I guess it's okay. Maybe this could have been aligned better. This rug be right under the actual stovetop.
That rug is a pain in the ass. I hate that rug.
All right. I mean, it makes sense.
Rugs are also extremely expensive, so you're getting a nice one that's a different issue.
Of course, the red carpet I didn't mention. There's another pair of carbuncle slippers right here. Found another one. All right, we're gonna head upstairs since I'll say the downstairs for last. We have, of course, like a nice little walkway. So we have the paintings of all, a lot of paintings of the main characters of the story thus far, which is really nice. And of course, on this side we have a kind of an open wall, so you can have a nice mannequin, the summoning bell, and the Pink Power Ranger. Yay! Another material supplier here. This is where I always go when I leave the workshop. But this is a good leveling place for people who are leveling their professions. They want extra CP. For the people who have been, crafting outside, because I craft outside. No, you can craft in here. You get extra CP. It helps. You have Wisdom's gambling area, where people like to have the machines from the Golden Saucer. If you want to play some card games, you want to play, carnival games like this. Like, look at that! I'm terrible. Yeah, there's all these little games you can play up here. It's really nice. What is this thing? Is this a light? Oh, display flowers, remove flowers. I'll display nothing. Do I have flowers? I don't have flowers on me. It's a flower pot with no flowers in it. That seems almost like a waste. I mean, like, you haven't seen the actual golden saucer. It has like all that stuff and more. Nice fish tank usage here in the middle. Did you have to glitch that into the wall?
So that is actually a place where you have a very, very tight place where you can place things, but pretty much all you can work with is just that fish tank, and everything else around it has to be glitched. So that is a very complex area. Is right there at the start of the stairs.
Can you get to choose what fish populate the fish tanks? I believe yes. Ray?
Sorry, I'm writing. Say again?
You get to choose what fish go into the fish tank, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you can choose the fish. You can also choose the theme of the fish tank. There are, if you choose no theme, you can paint the inside what color you want.
Like here's this one, but there's gonna be more paintings of more of the scions here. Some more airships and submarine stuff. No submarine stuff though. Here's a fucking vulture bird thing. It is hideous and I love it.
Yeah, that's a space filler because it's kind of an awkward spot.
Right. Because it's not hitting towards downstairs, and there's really. I'm sure we can find something to put here. Something to put instead of this bird. So let's go downstairs. Downstairs, and just another sliding door. And this is where we enter. You know, another couple space fillers. I like the elephant though. I love the elephant because it provides a light. Really nice. We have our manservants because apparently we are allowed to have manservants here. Little barman. Is there? I guess there's not enough spots, but like, is there a reason why this shelf is empty? There's a little three partition shelf.
So that eventually might be filled with like more like customizable potions, but when I put that up, I also ran into, because I only have 400, I can only place 400 things in the house, and at that time when I placed that shelf, we were maxed out, so I had to move things around.
That makes a lot of sense. And yeah, this is a cute little hamburger. And the food itself, for the most part, is functional. Like, you can actually eat it and get a food buff from like all the food in the house. Like this other plate as well, you can totally use that. And here, like little pops. Are these popsicles? Like, I don't understand what the hell these are. Are these popsicles?
Click on them.
Partake of the Emmy Zyku set. Yeah, it's a food buff. They're literally cake pops. Nice. Hey, I like the old waffles too. Like, look at them. They have the. Look at that. They have Spriggan design on the side, and then you have little black mages down here. We also have more fish tanks. This is of course courtesy of Wisdom being obsessed with fishing. Little anger menu here, little Wisdom is obsessed with fishing and doing that sort of thing. So we have an entire variety of fishes on display in different cases. We have another gathering spot with. I like this painting a lot, even if it's a bunch of Lalafels. Like it's a really nice painting to have, like, you know, overlooking another gathering area. Ooh, is this the painting that I got you? Is this the way you wanted it? The Phoenix painting?
Yes.
Ah. Everyone's wondering the mat to create that costs like 400,000 gil. Well, and so we come downstairs, we see manservant, we have a greeting area, and we have fish tanks that you can traverse around, and I can see that someone is for some reason in the fish tank. For some reason Josh has placed themselves in the fish tank. All right. And of course, our stage where we had our fashion contest from the last event, from a couple events ago. Little glamour dresser, because this is where the changing room is, so it fits. Another blank painting, because paintings are expensive apparently. Alright, later, Fop. And then just another changing room. Yeah, this is the FC house. I think that it's really neat. I really like this. Like, I don't know what more you could really do to like jam pack this full of things to look at, like paintings and like fish tanks and places to sit, you know, all that stuff. I think that it's really hard to, especially when you only have the 400 slots and we're always hitting the maximum. So okay, that's basically the FC house, and like, it's always very well designed in my opinion. There's a lot of work put into it, all the decorations, all the vendors, all the NPCs, like function and form as well as, you know, aesthetic. Now,
All right, with third place, oddly with the least amount of work but most amount of theme by presence, is KB with 20 points and his Peepo Sad theme.
hey, well, honestly, congrats, dude, congrats. I'm not sad about it at all. Okay.
For second place, and with the most Karen love and very first room of design, is Josh with 44 points.
Hey.
Also, my favorite room, because I understand that he had to do a lot of learning to get it looking like that, and for a first complete room ever done, it is very nice. The attention to detail was better, probably better than I could do. There's so many nice little things that are presented in a well manner in each section of that small room. You were able to create 6 separate areas in a small space. For first place, for the most demented, deranged, and strange person, created the most original, dark, and atypical Catfish Prison. With a narrow lead of 2 points is Wisdom with 46 points.
Hey, the torture chamber wins.
I know that he has had to redo that place a few times. I believe did you have to redo it after moving?
Yeah.
So you've had to do it a few times, and you definitely didn't disappoint for atmosphere.
Yeah.
However, I believe that you were able to skirt ahead by lighting. Because if I could see more, you might not have won. But that's not the theme.
Yeah.
The theme is dark, the theme is despair and depression. Therefore, you win. But very well done. I enjoyed everything I saw.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, we need to do it again like later once we have a few more people. It was fun.
I kind of wish that KB had locked his room. I'm gonna be completely honest with you on that one, because like I'm a little upset that like I went out and like found these things. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, let me enclose the room. Let's make a green screen. You know, the streamer theme. You know, the hot tub meta. Like, you know, very simple. Like you wouldn't have anything on the walls of a fucking green screen, but it's just like, no, toys in the corner. Congratulations, you win. Like, fuck.
What's the problem with you going first?
KB was, I think, able to gain additional points by mere arrangement.
Yeah, probably. Right? Which I didn't know. That's just how I wanted things. It bothered me if they weren't in the right order.
Like I said, like your Halloween candy.
Yeah. Gotta find
this
that
isn't
picture for
related to the
context.
But I kind of wished you could, you know, upgrade the size of a room so I could just make it even more distributed by making this like even more like it's just a long
there we go.
hallway. Like all
Because,
those prisons
Go on.
What did everyone win? Well.
First place goes to Wisdom, which means that Wisdom gets a whopping 2 million gil and a fat Moogle of premium store mount. Congrats, Wisdom, you have money.
No longer broke.
I'll spend it all in one place.
Second place going to Josh. He gets 1 million gil. Nice recoup of cost from all the crafting stuff. And a Sunspun Cumulus, the premium store mount.
Which is the Goku Cloud.
The Goku Cloud. You get Nimbus. You get Flying Nimbus. Third place, K Bizzle. Illo Bravo gets 500,000 gil and a Play Dead emote from the premium store. I'm assuming when it comes to emotes, if you don't already have, if you already have it, another selection could be, you know, me.
So I made an executive decision as host, and because of the proximity and points of Josh and Wisdom, I just both gave them first place pricing, and KB will be getting second place pricing.
Okay. All right.
And Kitty Man, you will get a Play Dead emo for your hot tub stream.
Yes.
I have
Hot tub meta. Hot tub meta.